fine. Meanwhile, I'll just share my screen. So yesterday we have seen that like how we can use the different users for login, right? So let me show you other things. Where is that Visual Studio? Just open the command prompt. Sorry. So let's talk about that users. Sorry, project. Okay, fine. Enable the mute. Okay, fine. Okay, let's see, guys. So yesterday we have seen that logout, right? So here we don't need to give anything. So I just simply given this one. So it's not much required. So directly it will take up this logout file, guys. So how means this one using this Django.contrib.auth, right? In this file we have accounts, right? Accounts inside we have so many things. One is login, logout, as well as the password reset and password change, anything different URLs, right? So using this one, the logout will also will happen. So we have just given extra that extra. So let me show you that in settings as well. So here the logout. Okay, let it be the logout redirect. After logout redirect, if you want to give anything, suppose if I just click on logout button, directly again it go to the same page, right? So instead of that page, we'll just create a small HTML page, that is logout HTML page, and we'll just use that here. So if you want to use any external HTML page for logout, you can just directly use that one. Sorry, where is that? This one. So we can just use this one. We can just simply paste that HTML page here. We can just paste template name. We can just refer that directly. It will take that HTML page. So we'll just go that. So suppose if you mention this account.logout, you don't need to specify this one. If you are not using that logout page, this one, you can just directly give this one. So either this one or that one if you want. So we'll just use that .html page. So here I'm just going to comment this one. So go to that HTML registration. So open new file, that is logout.html. HTML, just copy paste everything. Here instead of CSR form anything, I don't want anything. So I just want to show some problem. User logged out successfully. So here, if I want to give one more URL again, that means once you logged it successfully, I want to go back to the login page again. Here, I will just give one anchor tag. So when you just click on login again, it will go to the the same login page again. So we'll just use that same anchor tag here. I just can use href, and inside this one, I'll tell you what I can give. So login back, or else like login again. So slash anchor, we just close that. So here you can just directly use one URL Jinja syntax, that is. So that is here you can use URL and slash login. So how it is coming means like here, just come here. It is coming from here in this account slash. After login we have, right? By default inside we have different names. For login it is have only login name, and for logout we have logout name. So directly we can use that. So just come user, you can see here logout, right? We just simply use logout, but we didn't mention anywhere logout. Suppose if I just remove this one logout, this settings, right? Based on this one, it will take that logout automatically. We'll just see the both. So we just save this logout HTML page. Okay, that's fine. And login is done. Logout. So here we have to specify the template. Template name equals to. So what is that template name? Registration. I'm not sure whether it will take the complete name or like only the name. Okay, let's see. If you have an issue, we'll check that. Yeah. So registration logout.html. Okay, everything's fine. Now just run the server. Sorry, it is command prompt. Okay. Yes. Okay, now just run that python manage.py run server. Okay, the server is up and running. Just logged into your normal HTTP, not admin slash. What is that? User reg? No. So what is that? Okay, let's see. So users app. User reg. Okay, fine. So now directly see. Yesterday we have given one more thing. So this one option on the right, who used logged in, right? By default, it will show up admin. Suppose if I just click on log out, and it is going to the login administration page. If you just click login, it will come into admin page. But I don't want this one. I want to log into the main page. So for that, here I think I need to just remove this one. Just remove this, and let's see whether this works. And now just use the same page, users app. Okay, now it's going. Okay, fine. And here I'll just log into the Vijay Kumar and my password. So here, see, earlier it was showing admin page. Now it is showing my Vijay Kumar, right? How means like, see, it is a small HTML tags, guys, we have just used. And where is that? Yeah, come here. This is our user HTML page. Here it is showing the complete this one, right? So after the logout URL, here I just simply used one Jinda syntax. That is, if data.login user is authenticated, which user is logged in? That means which user is logged in. Just display that user name. Sir, how it is coming? Just come back to views again here. So here I'm just created one more dictionary. That is main dictionary data. And after inside that is the object related to the complete database details. This one, my objects, right? Next one is here, this one. One I'm just using one login user. You can give any name. This one I'm just given login name. And here you have to pass request inside. It is coming from this view request dot user. Directly if you want to, sorry, directly if you want to paste the name means here you can just simply pass that user name. Or else like if you want to verify that user is authenticated or not, so we can just simply pass this value to the key name. So this is the main dictionary, guys, this one. Let me grab and show that. So how it looks. So this is one complete, one key, and this is one value. So again, value I'm taking as a dictionary. So let's say again, this one is one key and this is one value, and this is one key and one value. See, if we want to access this value, we have to use data user. Suppose in Python, how we can use, let's see, and let me open any command prompt. In this one, right? Okay. Yeah, sorry, CLS. Just open Python. I'm just grabbing the same thing. Okay, my object is not defined. Okay, let's sorry. A equals to, and I'll just use the same thing. We'll just give hello. Here I'm directly passing the hard-coded values, but on there we are just getting from the data. Okay, here I'll just hi. Suppose in Python, if you want to access this hello, how we can do that means either we can call this key as well as this another key, right? See here if I just pass key data, if I pass this one, we just complete dictionary, right? Again, inside hello, we can if I want to fetch, just open again data user. Hello, right? Here we're using square brackets, but in HTML, I'm just using dot, data dot, and that key name. What is the key name? Data user. Here, see, data dot login user. Suppose this is for user authenticated, right? Okay, let's see. Data, what is the main key name here? What is the main key? This is the key, and login user, the next one. So where is that HTML? See, login user. So what is the key name here? Login user, and this one, the request user, the complete information about request user will be saved in this key value. So we can use that one here. See, data.log user is authenticated. This attribute is present inside that request.user. So then we can just simply pass that data.login user. So which user it will be? It will just print that name. So I'm just using small if condition, sorry, if statement in the Jinja syntax format. See this one. Open if and data.log is authenticated. That means if he have access, then only open that. Suppose now just me try to log out this one. Login back. Okay, where it is going again back to this one. slash users read, right? Okay, this one. Suppose there is no user. I will just give like Virat Kohli. Virat. It doesn't have any name. The user have, right? So that's why it is throwing error, doesn't have any access. So if I simply pass that like my son's name, yesterday I created it, Shanmukh, the log user. So generally you see on the top of the application here, right sir, for any application, right? Either it could be Instagram or any such application. Here we don't have a much HTML page. So that's why you're just simply given one small tag here. So this is how you can display which user have logged into your application successfully. So any questions so far? So till now, like what are the things which we have discussed? Because then we are stepping into the other topic, that is relations. So any questions so far or any doubts? Okay, I'm just stopping this one here. Okay, the next topic, the last topic is relationship, guys. So this one. So object relational mapping. Till now we have seen that we're creating only one table on the databases, right? So here we are going to create multiple tables and we're going to make a relation between this table and this table. So, okay, sorry. Let me show that diagram here itself. So let's take some tables. Just take some, assume like some Amazon tables. So here, this one is completely user, people who logged into their Amazon application, their user details, this complete one. And this one is like subscription, just assume, just like subscription table. So here, user ID, user name, and date, or some email, something, everything will be there, right? So using this ID or like username, we can directly, this one here, it will be primary key. That means here the ID will be same or as like username will be same, right? So using that one, here we call it as primary key. Here in the first column, either it could be ID or as like username, which column is unique. So sometimes if you feel username, my Virat Kohli, someone person is there, right? There might be some other person also, right? Virat Kohli. So they won't consider this username as primary key. They will either use ID. So they will use mobile name, just like a mobile name. So mobile name will be ID different, right? So they will use this mobile ID as a primary key in this table, and they will use this primary key to the other table here. That means to link. So here you can see this mobile number here, this mobile number, and this one is yes, subscription, the column is yes, and this ID, this one be different. Okay, this auto generate something. Okay, here either you can verify this I using this one here. Once it comes, it will be act like as a foreign key, guys. This column, the column which is already present in both tables, here in first table it is called primary key and here it is called foreign key. So because the columns are same and we want to make the relation, right, between the two tables. So that's why using this primary key to the second table, that is called foreign key. So now we'll do that same thing. And we're going to see users, right? Okay, we'll just use the same users tables only. And again, here we have three types of relations, guys. Okay, let me explain that as well. So one is one to one relation. That means only one table. It doesn't have any relation with any table. Only one table is there. That's it. So next one is one to many. That means here we have one table. It might link with different tables. Here this is one table and this is one table and this is one table. That means, for example, here is one student and he knows multiple courses or multiple subjects. Just assume it is a multiple subjects. And here is one more relation, that is many to many. So here we have multiple tables and it is relation with multiple tables again. Is with link this one and this is link again, this one is link. So this table have link with both these tables and this table have relation with both these two tables. So this is called many to many and one to many and one to one. So one to many means only just like single table that is independent. It won't link with any table. And this one is only single table. It will link with multiple tables. And here, I can say this one. This table example, programming, just assume like programming languages. Here it is Java and it is Python. Here is the first user. And here it is the second user. He knows maybe he can learn Java as well as the Python, right? So this like many to many relation. So this example for that. Here it is one student knows multiple subjects. So this one example. This one is just like normal user details. Anything it could be. So these are the three types of relations we have, and we'll just try to create these things. And the PPT, yeah, you can see. We have learned so many things in ORM, but we haven't learned about ORM relationship, right? Here we have three types of things. One is many to many, that is used many items related to many other items, that is many table to the many tables. Here it is many to one, that is one to many. Used when one model should have only one related table or like any other tables as well. Next one is one to one, used only one item, that is only one table, that's it. Now let's create a small models for this one. So I'm going to use the same project. So let's go to models here. So here this user data is there, right? This one, I'm using this primary key, right? Next, I'm going to create one more. Which one will be good for us to create? Okay, it's pass marks. Let's create a small pass marks itself. I think that could be single again. Okay, let's take subjects only. User subjects. Okay, fine. So I'm just creating user class user subjects. It is again models.model. So here I'm just going to create two things, guys. One is subject, that either it could be a single subject or multiple subject, that's fine. So here I'm just going to create first subject, and again it will be some character file. Sorry. Let me take other thing. Sorry. This is second subject, something like that. Again, same 10 characters. Okay, now here I'm going to create one relation, right? I need to create a relation between this user and this subject, right? So, sorry. Only one subject is fine, not multiple subjects. Let it be user subjects, only first subject. So here I'm just going to create a relation. So between the user data and the user subjects. So here I'm just going to use user subjects. I'm just using this module, sorry, an attribute. And here modules dot here. Now we have seen only one to one, right? This one. You don't need to create this one. Already we know that. So now I'm going to use one to many as well as the many to many. So to work with one to many, here we have to call different attribute or different class that is called one to many, or it's like foreign key we have to call it. See, as soon as when I just type F4, it is getting right foreign key. Here we have to pass which column ID or it's like which class. You need to make relation. So this one is assume this is the second table and this is the first table. I want to make relation right with this one. So here in foreign key, sorry, in foreign key class, here we have to pass the class name. Which mod is the module name or class name? This one, user data. So just copy that, paste it. That's it. Now it will be linked. So here, which is primary key? So that column ID only will be linked to this table. It's clear, right? So I'm just telling. So here you can add one more thing. Suppose subjects will be there, but if you want to delete along when you suppose if the user record has deleted from the table, and if you want to delete his subjects also, here you can pass one more attribute. Or else, if you want to set make as a null, suppose how I can say, I want to explain on the board, but let me explain here itself. Okay, see, suppose this is the user records, and this is one other table. Suppose here we have multiple records, and if you suppose if you removed this user, and here we have some subjects will be there, right? The same user, this assume one, and it is linked with this one. And this ID is something 101, something like that. I'm not sure. This is the subject, either it could be Telugu or English, anything. So suppose if you remove this complete user record, If you want to remove the subject as well, or like you don't want to, suppose here the attribute on delete, see here on delete, if you use this attribute, whenever you remove this record, this one, if you remove this record, automatically this also will be removed. Automatically it will be removed. If you use this attribute on delete equal to, so here we have to pass a value like models dot cascade. This one we have to use. So what is this model cascade means? Let's see. This one will just remove the record completely whenever user are deleted. So Django, see what does on delete on Django models? Let's see. So here you can see cascade. When a referenced object is deleted, reference object means that user record, the complete record will be deleted. So also the records in the user subjects also will be deleted if you use this one. Suppose if you want to make it as null, if you want to make it as null, suppose go here. Suppose here the user might delete it, but if you don't want to remove his subjects means that time what will happen means here it will make as null. It won't delete that. That attribute also will see how we can do that. So here if you use cascade, that will be like that. Okay, here if you use set null, this one, if you still remove this student record, this record will be still present, but the relation will be gone. The relation here, it will show like null. It will show like null. Okay, see, and here when you make set null, we have to pass one more value here. That is null equals to true. I have to set this one. But guys, why are you laughing? Okay. No, if you have any questions or doubts, means like, okay, that's fine. So if you want to make that column as a null, we have to pass these two attributes. Suppose if you want to remove the record, both records, here you can just use cascade. This one. So okay, we'll just see both things, okay? And yeah, we have done everything right. Now we'll just use migrate. So we just created one model, right? Now we have to always, whenever we create any models, we have to migrate that. So here, let's try to migrate that Python manage.py and make migrations. Yeah, now it has created the model. See, now we'll just migrate that one as well. Python manage.py, sorry, py. Let me open the MySQL meanwhile. Okay, let it be. Where is that? Migrate. Okay, before my migrate, what is the table which I used? Users project DB. Okay. Project DB, this one. Okay, fine. So we have this one. Okay, now just go to the table. Here we don't have anything, I guess, apart from that. So only users app is there, right? Okay, now let's migrate that. The other table also will be created. Okay, now the table has created. Now just refresh here. So this one has created. Now just use again select star users app underscore users subjects. We'll just run both. If you want to run multiple scripts at a time, you can just select that and click on run. So it will open the multiple tabs here. So first query this result and second query this result. You can just do that also. So you can see user sub ID. From where it is coming, see from the users. This is the module name it will be. So module name and the sub ID. What is the column name we have? Sorry. Okay, let's verify that. So come to models. So this is the user ID. So user sub ID, it is taking that. So is the user sub. So it is saving the same thing. But what is the ID here? It is taking that. So it is making the relation to that table and this table. So using the column which is present in the first table and it is copying the same thing. So now we'll just create one record in this user data and we'll see how the relation will be in the user subjects as well. So I'm just using directly shell itself. So if you want to make it as in the table itself, also we can do that. For now, we'll just show in that here itself. So just using Python manage.py and shell. Sorry. Okay, just opening the shell, and here itself call that users models import star. Okay, everything is fine. Now just going to create one object. My object equals to. So what is the class name? User data. Okay, user data. Sorry. So what are the IDs? User ID. ID equals to. So what is the user IDs, guys? 101. Okay. 1003, and username will be Shanu, and user email equals to sh@sh.in. Oh, my object dot save. Okay, it has saved, I guess. Yeah, it has created. Okay, now just run this one. Now we don't have any relation. Now we'll just create one user subject also. Now let's see how it will create the relation as well. So here I'm just going to create one more my object one equals to, what is the class name? User subjects. Dash subject equals to Telugu. We'll just give some Telugu. And here user sub equals to, you can pass that object. So which object is it now? This one. So first object, right? This one. You can just pass it my object. Okay. Some user subjects is not defined. No, user subjects. One sec. So name user subjects. Capital US. Sorry. Okay, now it has created. Now object one dot save it. Okay, now let's see in the database. We'll just run both queries. See, 0, 1, 0, 3. See, this is a relation. How it has created the relation between this 1 to 1. Now, if you want to add one more subject, you can English with the same thing, 1003 again. Okay, let's create that. Sorry, here I'm just going to create English. Just use again the same object. Okay, let's see. See, two subjects and with the same ID. Yeah. Now, suppose if I delete that user, let's see if I just delete that user, whether that will be deleted or it's like whether how it will be. So suppose my object. So here we can use directly this one to create. So to fetch means how we can fetch the username, the module dot objects dot all. If you fetch that, it will print everything. But to filter, we can use filter method. So I'm just going to use one more object, that is my object 2 equals to, this is the class name again, user data dot. So one more thing, guys. These are the same things you can just pass in the views here itself. See, here I'm just using the same things. You can just pass it here. You can just save that in your HTML. So I'm just showing it here itself. So user data dot objects dot filter ID. What is that column name? User ID. Okay. ID equals to 0.03. Should get, I guess. Yeah, I'm getting. So suppose if I just print my object 2, it is getting that complete record. Okay. Now if I do my object 2 dot delete function or like delete attribute. Okay, it has deleted successfully. Okay, let's see. Just refresh. See, now it has deleted. Now see, where are the records is gone? Because this one models dot cascade we just deleted, right? Suppose if you set null and null equals to, sorry, null equals to true. So if you deleted that record, the still that objects will be present. Today you just try this one, guys. So today I just showed you ask cascade, right? You guys just set null and just run the same things. I'll send you this complete project, and here you can just change the attribute only. So this is about only one-to-one, sorry, one-to-many relations. So now, suppose if we want to assign the same user to the other table as well. Suppose this is for subjects, right? Now, if you want to assign this user to the pass marks, the percentage, right? Here, just create one more module that is same model. It's like a pass percentage or it's like marks, something. Just only one column to the module. And here, the user sub, you can just pass the same user data and just make that relation. Here, you can just use again foreign key only. So that time what will happen means, so here, okay, just remove that. So this is the user data, and one is for subjects and one is for pass percentage or marks. So it both will be use the foreign key only. So this is called one-to-many relation. Clear, guys? Is there any questions or doubts? So you just try, okay, today this one. Both set null and create one more table that is a model and just try that. So I'm just going to click on exit off or exit. Okay, exit off. Okay, fine. So this is about one to many relation. Now we have one more relation that is called many to many. We'll just use that like how we can use. So for that one, I'm just going to create two different models, guys. One is for user. We can use like uh, okay. We'll just use the same thing only, user only, but we'll create one more that is called programs. So maybe that user knows multiple programming languages, right? One is like Java, Python, right? We'll just create that one. Let's see. So I'm just going to create as programming languages. Sorry, not big that one. Pro languages. Okay, pro lang. That's fine. And here I'm just going to models.model. Here I'm just going programming language. This is my attribute name models dot character field, and maximum should be, sorry, maximum length could be, sorry, 10 only. Okay, fine. Now I want to make relation with this one and that one. Here I'll just give one more ID for this one. Language ID. Models dot integer field. So till now we have seen that here integer field is primary key, right? But here I'm not going to use this integer field as a primary key. This one should be auto generated. Suppose if you just give that attribute auto generated, we have to give the value in specifically for this class. We given right 1001, 1002, right? The same thing. Suppose if you pass auto generated, it will take from again first, two, three like that. So we just try auto created from start from where? From one. You need to start. So the next one is we have to make that relation, right? Many to many. Okay, here I'm just going to user lang. I'm just taking one more attribute that is, and here models dot, and we have to call different class name. So till now we have seen foreign key, right? Here we have to pass many to many. This field, many to many field. We have to call this one. And here you have to pass which table you need to relation with this. So what is the relation? User data. So I'm just pass that user data and same again. I'm just using on delete only attribute. On field, okay, 1 second. Whether I need to check this on many to many relation or like pass many to many relation. models dot cascade. Okay. Now we just created one more table and let's try with this. Mhm. One second, guys. I'm just trying to create one more attribute. It could be okay. Okay, that's fine. So we'll just migrate it again. Python minus dot py make migrations. Okay, something is messed up. Delete. So this one minute to minute relation is not taking this one. So we're getting problem with this one. So need to check many to many relation, which one it will take. One small thing, guys. One sec. Let's try this. I mean, I'm not sure. So what is it's not meant to use directly in model definitions and internal Django class that describes the reverse side of many relations. Something. Okay. Either we can use to define many relation Django models. You should use many field. Okay, we just use that one related name called to groups. Okay. One group have many users. Okay. So on delete we can't use. Okay, fine. Okay, so that is on delete only works with the one to many relation. So I think so. Okay, that's fine. So here we can use the related group. So here you can use this one. So what is that related group? I guess, sorry, related name. Here related name equals to, and here you can pass groups. Whether what will be these groups? Okay, need to check, guys. See, in this example, one group can have many users. Okay, one group have many users, and one user can have many groups. Okay, that's fine. Or instead of groups, let me give languages. Languages. Sometimes it's a problem if you forget the spellings also. Yeah. So what are you doing? So you're trying to something like this incorrect. So this will be raise an error. Okay, we're getting that error. Okay, fine. Okay, that's cool. So one more thing, guys. What this attribute will do. What this attribute will do. Good question. The related attribute in Django's model field foreign key on two field specifies the name of the reverse version, how you can access the related objects from the other side of the relation. Okay. So let's access the groups belongs to user model. Okay. So now user data objects ID equal to this is the groups. Okay. Is not found. Without related name, Django is the default module set. So it would be group set all name is not defined. Okay. Return a group object related to this user data instance. Okay. So I used related name equals to okay, that's fine. It's cool. Anything. So if you like to rename to something is just like instead of languages, since languages not all might feel a bit weird, cinematically won't help that. Okay, that's fine. Okay, related name. Okay, use a language is fine. So now just migrate it again. Okay, something is messed up again. Unique position argument 2. No. This one. Required position argument 2. We have missed it. Just try, guys. Did were missed in this one. Or something still missing, which is not meant to be used directly in our model, that's causing error. Okay, correct. Okay, Then model to user related name equal to languages. Okay, relation. We are using relation or field? Relation now. Okay, sorry. Fine. Okay, I hope so it won't get full example. So it will give uses user object dot get id equal to 1. User get all these languages will get. Okay, fine. All objects will get name Python user lang. All okay, fine. Where is that Python migrations? Again. Okay, sorry, I didn't save. Sorry, guys. CLS it. Make migrations. Yeah, it is migrated. Now just migrate. Okay, that has created the database as well. Refresh. Yeah, prolang, user lang. See the now differentiation. User apps and prolang and user lang. When I use this one, user lang, this attribute and prolang, it is just making that relation, the table name as well. So it used the model name and as well. So till now, you just see this one. Users app prolang, only this one. It is only the same table. But the relation also, it has created one more table. See, total we have 4 tables. But here we have only 3 models. Sir, how it is coming means, yeah, see, because of this many to many. So this one, prolang has one table will be there. And the relation between the user data as well as the prolang models. Getting clear? So again, so for languages, for we have 4 tables in the database. So what one is for user and one is for user subjects. So one is for programming languages and the programming language relation with the user. So this one is the extra thing which is created. How it is coming is because of this field. Sorry, because of this one. Many to many field. When you just give right, so because of the based on this one, it is coming. So let's see the table name as well. See, users app. This is our application name. And what is the model name here? Prolang again it is taking. But what is the attribute you used here? User lang, right? This one, it is taking that. So table name it has created. Okay, that's fine. Now let's see how the attributes will be saved in this Prolang as well as this one. Select star from users app pro languages. Next, select star from, again, this copy this. Underscore user lang. Able to see, right? Okay, fine. Let me run this both. Okay, let's see. So here we have language ID is there. Okay, ID it has created again. Okay, why it has created ID again when you have given this one? So didn't give the primary because of that, or like why? Okay, let me give that primary key. One second, guys. Why it has created? Because of we didn't give the primary key as attribute, or like for that one. Okay, anyways, that's fine. So just going to give this one. Now just create the relation. So I'm just going to create the object directly here itself. So now app, what is that? Users app dot models from import everything. Okay, now just create my object equals. So already we have users data, right? So we'll just make relation between that. So here object, that is what is that username? Prolang, and what is that? Language ID. Okay, we haven't given anything, right? Okay, first we'll just fetch the user record. That is user record, right? We have to insert that record, right? So I'm just going to fetch that record. So which user have Kohli record, I guess. So what is that username? Yeah, user data, I guess. Yeah, user data dot objects dot filter off. So what is the ID equal to 1002, I guess. Sorry, did I messed up something with that? Sorry, user ID. Sorry, here user ID, I guess. Yeah, user ID. Sorry. These one small things which are making you head scratching. Okay, now we got it. What is that? My object. We got complete thing. Okay, now we'll just make this record to the prolang relation. So how we can do it? So I'm just going to my result object. I'm just creating my result object. So my result object, what is the prolang? So what are the columns? Yeah, lang ID, prolang is. So here lang ID, I'll just give like 101 and the ID is coming automatically and sorry, pro language equals to Python. Yeah, we'll just give Python and user lang equal to, you can pass that object, which user you have. So my object. Okay. User lang set instead of many is prohibited. User lang dot set instead. Okay. Directly assignment to the forward side of many user set is prohibited. Okay. Directly we can't set this one. Okay. Let's see guys. So what we can set. So my object dot ID we need to specify or is like do this one. Does it will work? Okay. Seriously? Is it is working without any ID? Okay, we haven't saved it. Okay, let's see. My result dot save it off. Okay, let's try this. Okay, the object is created. Okay, what about this relation? Okay, the relation we need to make. How we can make the relation now? Okay, let's try. So my not result. So I'm just thinking how we can do that. My result one equals to pro lang. Can pass that lang equals to one second guys. Even I'm not sure little with this one. Okay, let's try. So how we can set this one? So I just made sorry many to many field relation. So I have created in Rolang table. Now I have to create one more. So I have to create a new record in Rolang users table. Let's see whether does it will work or not. Almost that error. It's okay. Means you are trying to access directly to the many field. Okay. If you're just doing this one, user lang equal to some user. Okay, it is not prohibiting. Okay, let's see what we need to equal to languages. We have done that. So object dot create. Okay. So give the objects if not already created. Okay. Prolang users. Okay. Just assign that lang add user lang dot set user. This will replace all previous users with just okay. But it's something else. Anything. Dot objects dot create. So what is that? User lang. So equals to. So what this creating actually, but I don't want to create. Guys. So I need to pass directly. So then only will get. So this one will be created. Okay. Just create name Python. Okay. So now lang dot user lang. Okay. Got it. Sorry. Yes, my result. I'm just taking this one. And what is the object here is relation user lang. This one you can use user lang dot add of. So what is the user ID? My object. Okay, again it's taking user ID number got subject user data object. Okay, failed user ID expected in number but got query. Okay, do I need to give my object dot user ID? Let's see. No, query set. It is a query set. So then how we can fetch the ID from the query set? Because is it interesting or like it's making boring? That's fine, but you're learning new things, right? Like every time, if you're getting new things, actually you have to always try to get new errors. So you will learn, you'll be increasing, right? So let's see, this works, but user lagged at my object. Okay, my first returns one object on more. Okay, it's one object. Okay, we're just fetching that object. Okay, like list. Okay, sorry, let me try to get my object again. What is my object? This one here, I'm just using first off. So if I just fetch that, now I can just pass the same thing. Okay, my result dot save. Okay, now let's see the database. See how means, let's see now, let me talk about that. So when I used only this one, what is that? This query, where is that, where is that, where is that, where is that? My object reference, my object here, this one. When I used filter, but I'm getting only a single record, but in the form of query set. That means in the form of SQL query we have, right? That query we're getting, but you're not getting the actual result. It is giving the query only. But if you directly paste that query into your other class object, it will throw error. That's why. So here, if you just use this method after the dot first, then only it will give the record, not query set. It will give the record. Okay, now just try to print that one. My object, just try this one. I'm just trying to print this one. This object I'm just trying to print. We're getting user object. See, we're getting the complete user object. Dot user ID. If you just pass it, see, we're getting right 1002. Earlier, when I just tried to print my object, it was giving the query set somewhere. You can see my user is somewhere. You query set. We are some issue with that. There, here you can see my object when I just tried to print here. I'm not using filter function, right? See, it's just giving user data query set. But see this one, it is just like user data. We're getting the record from the database. So when I just use my object.user ID, it is printing the data. Okay, now see, when I use my see how I can add now. So I just created one account in the programming language. Okay, we have that object, right? Using that object dot, which field you made a relation, which field you made relation, this field, right? Using this one, the object which you created for prolang, that object dot, and this field, that user lang dot add method you can use, and you can just pass an object. So what is the object we use? My object to fetch the data. Any confusion? Okay, let me show in the diagram itself. So first I used my object to fetch data from the user table. So here I used first off. Then only it is getting the data, not the query set. Suppose if you don't use this first off, it is giving the query, that SQL query. Directly, if you passing that query to the object, which is throwing error, we want to pass the data instead of query, right? So that's why when I use that complete filter function, that first off, then only the complete record will be saved in this object. So now we can pass this object to the Prolang model. So now what I've done is I have created my result. Sorry, this result equal to Prolang. That is the model name. So Prolang, and I'm just created the record, right? So using this object, I passed this user data again. How means my result dot, and what is the field in the models? So is that this one? Sorry. Here, what is the attribute? You made a relation between the two tables. This attribute, right? Using this one, see, my object dot, and you call this one user lang. Sir, how it is coming means, yeah. See this one. While you creating my object itself, the first user data itself. See this one, my object dot. So the complete record will be present in this object, right? The same way we are creating for Prolang also. Where is that? Where is that? See this one. Okay, let me create again. Why to create simply confusion? Let me create one more thing, guys. Okay, now just clear the complete screen. Now just run the same query shell. Okay, just import users app dot models import everything, all modules. Okay, fine. Now I'm just going to create my object. What is that app name? User data. So here I'm just passing it three things. So one is user ID equals to Vijay. Sorry, not Vijay. 104. And what is that username equal to Vijay Rare. User email equals to vj@vj.in. So I'm just creating one email. Okay, that's fine. Now just created, right? Now I'll just try to fetch the same record again. Or else you can just pass this object to that one as well. So how we can means, let's say my object, I'm just trying to user getting user data again. Suppose here we are creating this one, but if you're trying to fetch already present in the database, we have to call the objects. That is object one equals to user data dot objects dot filter. Now user ID equals to, what is the user ID? I just created 1004. Here, if I just run this one and if I try to print that one, it will give the query set. Okay, just to show you both. So now I'm just I object one. Now it is query set. Okay, it doesn't have. Okay, I didn't save that one. Sorry guys. Here my object I didn't save. Okay, let me try to save that. First one, this object I'm just trying to save. Okay, it has saved. Now just try to run again the above one. This one. Now just try to run my object one. We have this one. See, earlier it was query set a blank because of I didn't save the object. Now as after saving, I'm just trying to fill it. This one is query set. I want user data, how it is. This, while creating itself, it is user data only. But while trying to fetch from the database, it will be query set. So we don't want query set, right? So we have to make that into user data. That means we have to pass this first, this one. This one will help you to change query set to the data. Okay. Now try to run again. My object one. See now how it is. Earlier it was query set. Now it is data. So now we can pass the data to the pro languages. So now I'm just going to my language. I'm just taking one more object. So to this one, first I'll create now Java. We have already Python, right? Now I'm just going to create Java. So pro lang. So to create directly, you can just pass this class name as well as the how many IDs over there, like columns there. So we have lang ID, that is 102. Sorry, 102. And what is that? Pro language. Why you're passing only to me? See, in this table, just come here. See in this pro language, we have only two things. ID is auto-generated, that's fine. We'll just keep it aside. This language ID, pro language, just passing only two, right? So that's why you just pass that. Okay, just fine. Now use this object. What is the object we just created? My lang. Just so we have this object, right? So just use this my lang object lang dot. So not set. This one. What is the attribute we used here? User lang. This one you can use. User lang dot add. Now we can add this one. Now it will be present in the relation table we have, right? This one. This it will be present here. Now let's see. Run this one. Now we have only one. Now let's see. It will be created one more record. After add, we have to pass that. What is the object? My object. Object or object one? Object one. Sorry, I'm getting the data right. Okay, fine. Okay, something is messed up. To have a value for field ID before this manipulation can be used. Okay, sorry, I didn't save this one, guys. Sorry, my lang I didn't save. Sorry. Okay, now it has created successfully. Now again, you need to save it again. I'll just see. Now just run the both queries. Let's see. See, here we have Python, Java as well, and the relation also. These two IDs, prolang ID. What is the prolang ID here? This one ID. It is taking this ID too. So if you don't give the primary means, it will take the default ID. So here that's why, right? In the program language model, I didn't prefer this one lang ID is primary key. That's why it is taking this ID as primary key in this table here. Prolang ID, this one. Here. So this is about complete relations, guys. So one time is you have only one module, and if you want to make one table to the multiple relations, we can use one to many, and that is called foreign key. And if you want to make two tables relations, like two tables to other two tables, we can use many to many field relations. So this is about complete relations, and we are done with the complete Django, guys. So for any questions or any doubts, so today I'm going to give this complete project. You just practice this one. And I think once you are done with the complete front-end technologies, I'm going to deploy this complete one into AWS cloud itself. There itself we can see. Now we're just simply running on the local host only. Okay, tomorrow onwards we'll start with the front-end, guys. HTML, CSS, both will just start. So any questions or any doubts, or is it clear? Okay, then we'll start with the next session tomorrow. And yeah, thanks guys, and have a good day for today. We'll just close the call.